We read about the connective tissue, right? And next we will be reading about the muscular tissue, right? Muscular tissue. As you know, the muscular tissue, these include different kinds of muscles. The main function of the muscle is to give shape to the body. It gives shape. Our second thing is movement and locomotion. Movement and locomotion. Right? You should not confuse movement. In the movement, what happens? The body parts, they change their position. Right? Whereas in locomotion, full body, the living body changes its position. For example, movement is you raise the hand is movement. Movement is in the hand, right? You jump at one place, that is movement. But when you walk or run or swim or you go from one place to another place, that is locomotion. So you should not confuse between movement and locomotion. Movement and locomotion are two different aspects, similar in nature. Movement is the movement or the change of position of body parts. Whereas locomotion is change of position of whole of the body, that is living body, that is going from one place to another place. When you go to school from your house, that is locomotion. But when you just raise your hand to answer the question asked in the class, that is movement, right? You blink your eyes, that is movement. You nod your head, movement, right? Move your jaws, movement, right? But locomotion, you go from one place to another. You walk, you run, you swim, right? These are the locomotion. Muscular tissues, they are studied under three heads or three different kinds. These include striated muscles, then unstriated muscles, and the third kind is cardiac muscles. Right? Striated muscles. Striated is taken from striations. Striations means bands. Band. You generally use a friendship band around your wrist made up of rubber sometimes. You see your sister uses the hair band on the head. Band is a wide strip like structure, right? So striated muscles have bands or striations, right? If this is the fiber, it will have bands like this. After certain intervals, you will see it will have the bands. That's why it is known as striated muscles, right? It's known as striated muscles. Clear? The feature of striated muscles is they are voluntary in nature. Voluntary in nature. Voluntary means they work as per our will. As we wish, they will work, right? If you want to raise your hand, you can raise the hand by using these striated muscles in the arm known as biceps and triceps, right? So these muscles, they are voluntary in nature, right? They work as per our will. Clear? So striated muscles or voluntary muscles. Then comes unstriated muscles. They are also known as smooth muscles. Smooth muscles. They are not having the bands, but they are spindle shaped. Spindle shaped. Spindle shaped means their shape is like this, you see. Right? So they are spindle shaped. This is the shape of one muscle fiber. Right? Spindle shaped. Another important aspect regarding their functioning, they are involuntary in nature. Involuntary is opposite of voluntary. Opposite of voluntary is opposite. Opposite of voluntary is involuntary. Involuntary, I had told you, that is as per our will. But these involuntary muscles, they do not work as per our will. Rather, they work when it is required in the body of their own. Of their own they do it. We cannot stop them working, or we cannot ask them to work. Right? For instance, you see, when the food reaches in the stomach muscles start functioning. When the food reaches in the small intestine starts working. Our lungs muscles. So various muscles, kidney, then ureter, then our sphincters muscles, all these muscles, they are involuntary in nature. Involuntary means they do not work as per our will. When it is required, they work of their own. And the third kind is cardiac. When you say cardiac, they mean heart. The muscles related in, though they are not shaped like this spindle shaped, like this unstriated muscles, they are fibrous shaped like this striated muscles. What only difference is shape. Their shape is shaped like striated or voluntary, and function like involuntary. Right? Involuntary means they do not obey us. Our cardiac or heart muscles, they are very strong muscles. If you say your heart muscles, say, hey, heart muscles, stop working, for you may have been tired for working so long, they are not going to stop. Or you cannot ask them to start functioning, because once the person's heart stops working, it is very difficult. It never starts working again. Right? So cardiac muscles, they are involuntary in nature. Involuntary means not as per our will. Right? They make the main part of our heart. Clear? So main function of the striated muscles is movement and locomotion. Unstriated muscles, they also cause the movement inside our body, and they are not working as per our will. And cardiac muscles, the heart muscles. Clear? You must learn table 1.2 given in your book on page number 12. You must know how to differentiate between three kinds of muscles. Right? Clear? Is that clear? So you must learn to distinguish between the striated, unstriated and cardiac muscles. Clear? Where they are placed, location. First you should know where they are. This location, always with bones. Always with bones. Always with bones. That's why sometimes they are also known as skeletal muscles also. That's why they are also known as skeletal muscles. Right? Unstriated muscles, they are located in the small intestine, large intestine, blood vessels, then your windpipe, that is trachea, then alimentary canal, urinary bladder, all these. Right? And cardiac muscles, where they are located? In the heart. Then regarding the structure, that striated muscles, they are cylindrical in shape. Their shape is like a cylinder, this shape. Spindle muscles, this unstriated muscles, spindle shaped, and this cardiac muscles, they are also cylindrical, but sometimes the branching is there in them. Right? But one thing is there, These striated muscles are multinucleated, so many nucleus, but here in cardiac muscles, single nucleated, right? Only one nucleus. Clear? So all this is all about the muscles in our body. Next we will be reading about the nervous tissue. For nervous tissue, you don't have to go much. This makes our nervous system, that is sensory system of our body, and you must know the structure of a nerve. Must learn. The nervous tissue is made up of nerve cells, right? And this nerve cells structure is very important. You must practice the figure given in your book. That is figure number 1.18 on page number 13. Must learn page number. Page number is 13. Page 13. Right? So practice the structure of a nerve cell and level, right? And that's all in this lesson. Thank you.